With Spartans, we can trifecta. Good. Welcome back, everyone, to the Boys Only Podcast. People, how you guys doing? I'm right here. I'm just drinking LaCroix, but I popped it open real quick. What is up? What is up? We are back. We are back with the 30th episode. I think this is 30.
30?
30 or 31. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It has been a little while.
I'm your host, Lorenzo Vasquez. And tonight I have one of my co-hosts,
Patrick
Vasquez. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a minute. We're back.
Yeah.
These last 2 weeks have been a little pretty busy. Basically, been about a month since we filmed the last episode.
Yeah.
It's been a while. A lot of new stuff came up. My birthday passed, so thank you all for the birthday wishes. We were intending on a big birthday episode. We got too drunk. I got too drunk. It was rough. Just sorry for that. But yeah, so we were supposed to do a whole birthday episode and everything. I think Ramon, shout out to my boy Ramon, because Ramon was with me all night. And I think by 2 hours in, Ramon was like, "Hey, bro, I've been counting." And I was like, "Where am I at?" And he's like, "You're about 16 beers in right now." You're about 16 beers in right now. And I said, "Wowza. I am feeling it."
Well, how many times did you get iced?
4 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
4 times.
I saw you get iced a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was that one, I think you guys were playing a beer dive.
Yeah, it was Monica, bro.
No. When they had you do it in the shoe.
Oh, that was so...
When
Ramon got me, dude.
Ramon got
me.
Ramon put it
rough.
in your shoe. And you're like, oh, look over there.
They're like, yeah. I'm like, yo, because like, we're playing beer dive. Beer dive is a game where you play, you know. But you throw dice up on a table and hit score points. Well, you need 2 drinks. I had a drink. I was like, yo, get me... I told Bobby specifically, yo, get me the Twisted Tea Lights. Mm-hmm. They're less calories, less sugar, but they're better. For some reason, they just taste a lot better. They taste like legit teas.
Well, I think I just don't think they're as sweet, like the normal sweet. Like I feel like I went away from drinking sweet tea or twisted teas, and they came back to them. They're really sweet, dude.
Yeah, twisted teas are very sweet, right?
And then
so the lights are way less.
I was
sweet.
saying my head, like when I remember I got tore up off of twisted teas, I was hung over.
Yeah, bro, they're rough.
But my thing is, like, the sweeter the thing you're drinking, the worse the hangover is. You know what I mean?
So I was like, yo, Ramon, like I want these specifically. So I was sipping them all night, and I was like, yo, Ramon, did you grab me a twisted tea? He's like, yeah, bro, it's in your shoe. Grab your shoe. Go to my shoe, freaking smearing off ice in there, bro. And I was like, oh my goodness. So the first one came, Fabi gave it to me, and I knew Fabi gave it to me. He gave me a bag, and I'm like, I know exactly, I don't want to open this. He's like, open it. And I'm like, I don't want to open this. He just open it. I was like, all right, man. I was like, you want to get your phone up? So I'm going to see it. Open it up. Oh, you know, it's crazy. And boom, freaking take the smearing off. And I was like, all right, cool, dude. Second birthday comes up. Second present comes up. Bobby shows up with a bag. And I touch this bag up, and I'm like, I don't want to open this. And I'm like, yo, I know it's a big bag. It's a big bottle in there. No way it's a Smirnoff in there. It's a Smirnoff in a box. And it's a big tequila bottle in a box I could fill in there. It's cool. Open it up. It's a tequila bottle. It's a box of golf balls. I'm like, dope. Go. Smirnoff Ice inside of the bag. I'm like, God dang it, bro. Boom. Do that then. No food in my stomach at this moment.
So the one Monica gave you was your third one.
Yes.
Okay, so I only saw those 2.
Yeah. So then we're playing beer dive, and Monica, shout out Monica and Danny, freaking jerks. They come up and they're like, hey, we're heading out.
Yeah, I saw.
Here's your real gift. And I was like, thank you, Monica. Open it up. It's a freaking Smirnoff Ice. Monica hit me with the Smirnoff Ice, bro. I was like, are you kidding me? So I went,
I think Danny was like, if I give it to him, he's going to know what it is.
Yeah.
But if you give it to him,
yeah, dude, she got me good, bro. She really did. I'm like, dang it. So boom, did that one. And then Ramon hit me with the 4th one. And that one got me. And then I was, playing beer dive, beer ball. Played you guys a beer ball. I was already tore up.
You were feeling it when I saw you take that first ice, when Monica gave you the first one.
Yeah.
I saw you already feeling it. I was like, Lorenzo's already feeling it right now.
I didn't have a lot of food in my I usually on the weekends I fast.
I think that's when you and I played beer ball. I could tell you were feeling it.
Yeah, no, I was feeling a beer day because I was dropping easy catches, and I was like, so yeah. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes and stuff. I posted a small little thing on Instagram, just a big thank you to everyone. Obviously, I thank you, Patrick, on that. I think Jalen. I think my wife Desiree. Desiree's kind of helping on the producing a little bit on the backside. She's kind of on her phone typing and playing some game. I don't know what she's doing, but yeah. No, it was a fun weekend. We've been pretty busy. Today I went golfing.
Yeah.
First time I went golfing in a while. Like golfing. I've
Yeah.
been going to Landon's golf, but I haven't golfed.
Yeah.
And I put pretty good for myself. I shot a 101,
okay.
which is a lot better than normal. And I should have got under. I should have broke 100,
Uh-huh.
but I blew up on the second last hole. It was a par 3, terrible shot, great second shot, and then I just couldn't get it. It's because we play at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, like every hole slanted.
Oh. Okay.
So either uphill putt or downhill putt. There is no in between.
Yeah.
There's no flat like Coyote or whatever. So it was tough. But
it's kind of I was not probably the same, but kind of like how I saw like when Landon's tournament at Fossil Trace, those greens were like all over the place.
They get tough, dude.
They were like they broke hard sometimes. I was like that was because he even like after the tournament he was like, Dad, normally my putting's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's like, that's probably one of the best, like the only thing that I'm decent at.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but that one was hard.
The problem with him, though, and I tried telling him because I'm like, bro, like, chill out, dude. But it's like he can hit him straight. That's not a problem at all. He can hit him straight. But I'm like, yo, like you got to read the line a little bit, figure it out. Well, then he's trying to read it too much.
Yeah.
And he's like hitting it. And I'm like, where are you hitting it at? And I thought it was gonna break. And I'm like, where? And I'm like, then I find myself arguing with a freaking 11-year-old or 10-year-old or whatever age he is. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I thought. I'm like, but what did you see? Like, I'm like, bro. I'm like, dude. And I'm like, I can't tell you as much stuff because I don't really know golf that much either, but I understand like a little bit basic to help you out and stuff. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So I'm like, yo, can you see that? And he's like, yeah, I see it. And then he hits it, and I thought it was like this. And I'm like, well, we agreed on what we saw. We said we're gonna hit it far, like a cup length to the right, and he's like, and I'm like, you hit it left. And he's like, yeah, but I thought it was gonna break right.
I feel like that's just like being like, in a sense, a coach to anybody who's like little, because like even running like with, like I coach Landon's basketball team, and like Landon does the same thing, but then I have other kids who are like, I'll be telling them something, they're like, well, I thought this was good, and I was like, we just talked. About it. Like there was one time I ripped into him. We were playing in a game. I don't know if you guys were at that game, but we were at a game, and I just talked to him. I was like, guys, we cannot let them rebound. We cannot let them get past us. We gotta play defensively hard. The next 2 plays, these kids literally just ran right by my kids and laid the ball in. And I called timeout, and I was like, what did we just agree to? What did we just talk about? We just talked about doing this, and how are we going to do this? And they were like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it gets rough, man. Well, so, yeah, when we played golf, I did pretty good. It was Christian Angel's birthday. Happy birthday, Christian Angel. Tomorrow's technically his birthday. But
I see that.
It'd be yesterday because you'll see this Monday. But, dude, we got him so drunk.
I saw
drunk,
your stories, so I was
yeah,
like,
dude,
damn, they're having a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. I was chilling. We and we drink a good amount, but I was like, me and Bobby drink a little bit more than me, like a couple beers. Tall boys more than me. I had like a tall boy, a soul, 2 shots, shotgun, 2 beers, and something else. And then I had a tall boy, and me and Chris and Gus all drank pretty much similar, and then they drank maybe another beer over me. And they're just like, "You guys feeling it?" And we're like, "No." Like we're chilling. I got a buzz, but I'm chilling, dude. Like, bro, we're like, okay, dude, this dude, bro. Before we even got drunk, dude, the second hole in, me and Bobby are cruising. We leave. We just teed off. I'm telling you, I was bombing drives like 250. I actually had a really good day of drives. It was crazy. Honestly, even Bob can text because he coupled him. He's like, bro, good job. And I'm like, I know, dude, I'm doing my best. But I bombed the drive. Bobby takes the drive. I'm like, cool, we're going to go. We take off. Bobby starts getting a call from his lady. His lady, Edith, she goes and he answers the phone. Well, he stops the car and he goes to like grab his phone. So he steps off the cart. As he does that, Gus, Chris's friend, runs in the back of us full speed, bro. Full speed in the golf cart. Messed my back up, hurt Bobby. And we're like, I turned around, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like this, like, he was texting. I mean, in a little bit of his defense, we maybe went 10 feet and stopped. But in the 10 feet, he caught full speed and was watching his phone. And he's like, why did you guys stop? And we're like, why the fuck aren't you watching where you're driving, bro? Like, why are you texting and driving at a golf course, dude? Bro, and we're like, what? And he's like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry. And he's like, are you guys okay? And I'm like, yeah, like, we're okay. Like, we're laughing. We're okay. Like, my back hurts a little bit, but we're okay. And he's like, well, Bobby was standing up. I'm like, yeah, I think Bobby's okay. They drive off, and Bobby's like, what the fuck is that guy's problem, bro? And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, what the hell? We're sober. We're so sober this way. So we start playing. We keep going more. We start drinking. and we're giving him shit. 'Cause he's a good dude, but
he came to the
beer games, yeah, yep, beer Olympics, yep. So Gustavo, you see him on
yeah,
if you guys see him
yeah.
on our beer Olympics, we had him out. Gustavo came and so he was with us, and we give him shit because I think he's like 30 or something like that. He's older, and we give him shit, and we're like, bro, like, don't you direct shotgunning? He's like, yeah, shotgun, man. I'm like, bro, aren't you like, you're old. Like you're grown. You drink a lot. You drink all the time. We see videos of you drink with Chris all the time. Like, why are you not? And he's like, it's just different, man. It's just different. We're like, bro,
because he just drinks. He's not.
Yeah, he's like, I can drink shots all day, and we're like, yeah, but then you're falling over.
He had trouble with the chugging.
Yeah.
So like, I could see him having trouble with the shotgunning.
Yeah. So it was funny because we got Chris all tore up, and then Chris kept fucking with my bag. And I'll put this video on the.
Tell me if I'm wrong, for you guys. I feel like from what I've seen, it's pretty easy to get Chris messed up.
Oh, dude, so easy.
It's pretty easy to get him messed
up. So
easy. From what I've seen.
Really is. Because he'll fight you on it.
Yeah.
But once you get him going, once you get the juices flowing, bro, he's so, like, he don't stop.
Yeah.
He don't stop. We got him tore up for UFC. And we got him really tore up when we watched UFC. That was bad.
He wanted to drive home, right?
He did. I wasn't going to tell the story, but yeah, he did try doing that.
But then I talked to him the next day. He was like, I was just kidding with them.
No, he moved. He had the car and drive. He moved the car. Oh, shit. I jumped in front of the car. I'm being dead serious, bro. I had to put it in park, and then I had to shut the truck off, take the keys.
Oh man.
So yeah. Well, then the worst part.
I was giving him a hard time about it the next day at your party. And he was like, I was just messing with them. I was just playing with them. He
says that, bro. And then he has like no recollection. He has very minimal. And he's like...
Because even Dad asked him.
Yeah, well, Dad watched everything go down. That's the funny part. Dad watched everything because we're outside Dad's house. And I'm like, yo, you're not driving home. We're at Dad's house. My dad's house. You're not leaving my dad's house doing this. And he's like, I'm fine. No, I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of the car. And then Bobby's like, yo, he says he's fine. Let him drive. I'm like, yo, Bobby, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, stop. And I'm like in there. So finally I get to the point where I go and I get him out. I literally grab him. And I rip him out of the car, and I throw him into Bobby's car. Literally how it goes down. And I'm like, look at you, you're falling over. In reality, I was drunk also. And I'm like, look at you, you're falling over. He's like, I'm falling over because you're fucking pushing me, Lorenzo. Which I really was doing that. But I threw him in the car, gave him the keys. The next morning, I'm like, bro, I had
the
to...
big old offensive lineman just pushing you across the street. I would fall over too.
And I'm like, yo, like, I had to rip you out of the car. And he's like, you did not rip me out of the car. And I'm like, yes, I did. I was like, I threw you in Ian's car. And he's like, you did not. I walked by myself. And I'm like, no, you didn't, Chris. You did not at all. And Bobby's like, yo, he didn't. Lorenzo threw you in my car. Like, legit threw my car. And Bobby's like, I had full confidence in this guy that he could drive home. And then we get in the car, and he's like, see, I told you, I told Lorenzo I could drive home. He's like, he's in my back seat, drunk. And he's thinking that he's driving the car. I'm like, dude, like, you're a good friend. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not going to let this fucking guy, like... And then the whole time... I don't say nothing about it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm hanging out. Dad calls me up. He's like, yo, what happened with Christian? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, what happened with Christian Angel? What's talking about? He's like, yeah, son, I watched you argue with him in my driveway for 30 minutes, son. I watched everything go down. I'm like, damn it, bro. Yeah, dude. He tried driving home. And he's like, well, good thing you let him. I'm like, yeah. So we laughed at it. And I was like, bro, there's legit. He's like, I told your mom, I'll give him 5 more minutes before I go out there. I was literally threatening Christian Angel. Yo, I will call my dad out here, and he will make you not drive, Chris. He will legit do that. And he's like, no, don't do that, dude. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. I'm like, bro, I had nothing else. Exactly, bro. I'm like, I had nothing else. Because
don't go tell your dad on me.
To be fair.
What, like back in middle school when you guys would, don't go tell on me.
But to be fair, I started all this. Because we were drunk, and he said, he's like, yeah, Ian's keeping me right home. And I'm like, you couldn't drive home anyways if you wanted to. And he's like, yeah, I can. And I was like, no, you can't. And he's like, how much do you want to bet? And I'll bet you $12,000 because that's like what it is for a DUI. And he's like, yeah. And then he ran away from us, hopped in his car, turned it on, moved the car. That's how fast this happened, dude. God. I'm like, Chris. And he's like, you told me I couldn't do it. I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah. I did start it all, technically. Edith the next day was like, you were the instigator of all of it. And I was like, yeah, I really was. I'm sorry.
You telling a drunk guy you can't do something.
Yeah, no, that's something you shouldn't do.
You shouldn't do that.
A drunk guy telling a drunk guy he shouldn't do it is very tough.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
But, yeah, a couple things I wanted to talk about. Because it's been a long week, but I take some notes and I jot some stuff down. Costco versus Sam's Club. Fuck Costco, bro.
I don't know. I've been to Sam's Club more.
Yeah.
That's just because that's where mom and dad go.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like... been going there forever. I did go to Costco one time with Dad. It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's cool. You know why
But
Sam?
I was like, I think I'm just too comfortable with Sam's.
You know why
Club.
Sam's is better, just in general? The freaking self checkout on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Costco don't have that.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't have that. Costco, everybody, it's like, dude, they have better security than TSA at Costco. Literally, there's people standing in the doors checking your card to make sure it's your card. What do you got?
Oh, I was just. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear yourself?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I can.
There you go.
Yeah.
One time I went, and I had Sunny, and so I'm trying. There's of course a line behind me, so I'm trying to get a cart, trying to put my kid in the cart, trying to put the bag in the cart, while there's a whole line, and I'm walking and I'm trying to situate him, so I move to the side so people can pass me, because I'm not that jerk who holds up the damn line, like I'm the main character of everybody's story.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, ma'am, are you going to scan your card? I'm like, yes, I'm gonna chill out.
Bro.
Like, don't get your pennies in a bunch, dude. I will scan the card. Like.
And then I think they are connected. Are Costco and King Soopers connected? Are they both Kroger?
Yes.
They're both Kroger, I believe, right? And then Sam's Club and Walmart are connected.
Walmart
Yeah.
Bro, what's up with everyone that's at King Soopers and Costco in a rush?
A what?
They're in a rush.
Oh,
we used to go to King Soopers and we'd be sitting there. People are like running down the aisles. And I'm like,
really?
Like, big, huh?
I don't know. I usually don't go to King Soopers.
No, we used to go because we used to live in Loch Bowie.
Oh, okay,
we would go to that one right next to the house of 104th. And not Loch Bowie, but the one in Loch Bowie, basically. We'd go there all the time. Bro, these people are like running through Costco. And I'm like, or King Soopers. I'm like, bro, what are you in a rush for? Like, bro, I'm just grabbing my melatonin. Get out of my way. I'm getting my straw babies and trying to fall asleep. But no, they're trying to run away from me. You know what I mean? Like, dude, get out of my way. Oh, it used to piss me off, bro. But Costco's the same way, bro. People are running everywhere. And I'm like, dude, get your fucking Kirkland brand down the line later today. Why are you fighting with me right now? Oh, man, dude.
I think I've only been in Costco one time.
Well,
King Soopers, I don't go to King Soopers.
Well,
I
Costco,
do like King
they
Soopers.
check your card when you go in. Okay, you have to scan your card. Then, when you're gonna go check out, they check your card again to make sure that your ID matches your card. Then you have to.
You gotta show your ID too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then most of the time, yeah. And then when you go to check out, you have to scan your card in order for the self-checkout to work.
Like, that's the same as Sam's. That's understandable.
And then a lot of the times, too, there'll be times sometimes where they'll come check to make sure that your card, like your actual, like I've had where when I go to pay, like they want to check to make sure that my credit card matches my name. I'm not paying for somebody else.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
They're
like,
about that,
how
man.
many times y'all gotta check? Like,
that's crazy, dude.
like how many times you have to check the damn card?
You're just getting rid of those profits.
And
That's
people
profit still.
make your money.
Paid for it.
Make your money. All right.
Yeah.
The next thing I say, do not take offense of it. 40-year-olds motherfucking working at Costco, bro. What you doing with your life, man? If you're 40 years old, what the fuck you doing with your life working at fucking Kirkland, dog? What you doing, man?
I don't know, dude.
They're getting a free Costco membership.
I say, but no. So there's people that I know that retire young because they've been like at the same company since they were like graduated high school.
Yeah.
So like by the time they get their 20-something years in, they retire young and they just get a meaningless job like Costco. I've heard people do that. They get like a meaningless job because they're getting retirement, but then they're also getting a paycheck on top. Like this girl I used to work with at AutoZone, this older lady, she had her retirement. She was like still pretty young, like in her 50s. But she had her retirement from a job that she was at for like a long time. But she was just working at AutoZone part-time to get a paycheck from AutoZone. But she's still getting her retirement.
Yeah.
So she's getting paid twice.
What do they call that? Your Social Security check? Right? Retirement?
Social
Retirement's
Security
different.
is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think retirement's a whole different thing.
Watch the attitude, bro.
Yeah. But
Move your mic back. I feel like I can hear you breathing.
You feel like you can hear me breathing?
Yeah,
Or you can't hear me breathing?
I can.
Why did you say anything earlier?
Because I was trying not to be rude. But now it's like overstimulating me.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, I was like, I know people who do that, or like I mean, like our boss, he retired somewhere, and he works at our company.
Yeah.
And he still gets paid, but he still gets his retirement.
Mike, yeah, you know the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, some people do that. I can see some people doing that.
I don't know. I just see
But
people
if-
out there. But then
other
if you're
than
doing
that-
that, taking that shit too serious, it's like, bro, what do you do with your life, bro?
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, what do you do with your life, man? I'm just trying to buy some fucking golf balls. That's mostly the reason why I go to Costco, honestly. That's the only reason. Sam's Club's dope, though. I love Sam's Club.
I do like.
They're
Sam's
ghetto.
Club.
If I'm getting checked out by like if I'm walking around and another Mexican's working around there, I'm like, yeah, you're cool. We're about this life.
That's my thing though. Is I feel like King Supers and Costco, or you find your uppity people.
Big time.
You know, and you go to Sam's Club and Walmart. I find people I fit in with.
Yeah.
I find my comfort zone.
My people, bro. My people.
I could be shopping. There's a fight going down the same aisle from me.
It's our mom.
Throwing down. It's probably my mom. It's probably somebody. But I'm still enjoying my time at Walmart. I'm home. I'm comfortable at Walmart.
Man.
No, dude. I think the craziest memory I have from being in Walmart is Black Friday before they started like doing it more organized.
Those were crazy.
It was like one of the last times they let it be like the free for all.
Yeah.
And Dad took me and Jalen was in line for TVs, and I was in line for video games with Dad. Dude, me and Dad got pushed into those video games.
Bro.
And I remember my dad just like grabbing video games. And like he was talking to the line, hey, there's that game over there. Like, yeah, throw it to me. So when it happened, people were just grabbing games and throwing them on top. So I see my dad just grabbing games like that, and then we walk out like this, and he's like, okay, which games do you want?
Yeah, you just grab them all.
He's like, which game? Nope, you don't want that one? No. Okay, we'll throw those back in there. We'll put them back in the pile. But dude, that was the craziest.
I remember hearing a story about a lady that she went and she, I think I was waiting in line for a camera from Mom. Don't get me started on that story because I was ready to fight the Melissa that night. But we were waiting for a camera, and this lady, she had her stuff, and she was like, oh, I'm going to set my cart over here with all the Christmas gifts she's going to buy. Set the cart over here. I'm going to run over to get this thing. By the time she went and came back, her cart was already ransacked. Everything that she was wanting to get, like video games and toys, gone, bro. Gone. And it's like, that's how freaking crazy. I remember.
But also, like, how dumb could you be? Why would you
yeah,
but
no.
That's my thing, too.
Both ways.
It's like,
both ways.
How many times do you see a worker walking around with a golf cart full of just random stuff because they're just placing them back inside the thing? You leave that laying around, dude. Like, I know when I see a random, like, cart and no one's around it, I'm like, oh, is that something I can grab? Is that something? Yeah. What is that? I don't know. Like, because I do see that a lot. They'll walk around with their cart and just, like, start putting stuff back where it needs to go. So, yeah. Black Friday, that's not a good idea to do that.
No. And then I remember seeing another one where I was, like, waiting in line, and someone was talking to my tia Melissa, and they had a cart, but their cart was, like, blocking the aisle. And a person, like, it was the whites. And, you know, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not very specific. They're a little trashy. But they were going, and the car was in the way. And the guy's like, hey, ma'am, can we have a car? And she's like, this is what you do. She grabs the lady's cart. That's talking to my team, Melissa, and throws the cart out of the way. She's like, get the fuck out of the way and walk through. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? What's going on here? Yeah, people are psycho, bro. Black Friday's crazy. It's a lot chiller now. A lot easier now.
Yeah, it is a lot.
And I was with Liz one time. She tried to fight somebody.
Oh, really?
I was like 17 years old. And I'm with my aunt. And we're going. And she's just... This lady just, boom, clips Liz in the back of the heels. And Liz snaps around. I was like, it's going to go down. I was like, oh my God. And then I'm trying to look for my Uncle Abel. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And they're like in each other's faces, screaming at each other. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never coming to here again.
I know.
Yeah, her Aunt Liz is ghetto as fuck, dude.
Where?
Her Aunt Liz is ghetto as fuck. I make fun of them because the both of them. I mean, she already said the name, but I won't say the name of the uncle too. I always make fun because they have a very nice house.
She just said his name.
Yeah, but they have a very nice house in one of the towns near Fort Lupton. Very nice house. And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, that's crazy, Abel. Daddy said his name. That's crazy, Abel. And he's like, what? I'm like, bro, you tell me stories about you sounding like 8 balls of cocaine and shooting up houses with AKs, and you're just chilling here with 2 bulldogs living your life, bro. And he's like, dude, we're crazy, huh, dude? Yeah.
Did that stuff.
Allegedly.
Crazy turn of events, huh?
Dude, insane, bro. Insane guy. But I always laugh with him. He's one of my homies. Another topic I want to talk about, dude. What's up with people not having bathroom etiquette? Is there women bathroom etiquette? Is there etiquette for girls?
Yeah, like what do you mean?
If there's 3 stalls.
Yeah, you split it. You don't.
If I'm pissing on not 3 stalls, but yeah, urinals. If I'm on the far left, you're going to the far right. You're not taking the one next to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay? People do that. There's some people that will take that middle one. And I'm like, bro, stop trying to see my wiener.
Like, what for?
Exactly.
What for?
I don't get it. Everyone knows. You just learn it.
Yeah.
There's times where I'll go to the freaking into
in the stall, dude. I did it today.
If there's like 2 urinals, I'll go in the stall. Yeah. I'm not going to stand by you like that.
100%, bro.
Yeah, the only time
I stand by
is if all bathrooms are already taken.
Or the only time if I stand by somebody is if I know that person.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't think it's like, so my thing is.
If I'm with Bobby, I'm like, yo, bro, nice piece.
Okay, no, I don't do that.
Bobby.
That's a little outside the box. But like, I mean, it's not unheard of for buddies to go pee and have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Cross streams.
Yeah. No, okay. All right.
Sword fight. Lightsabers.
All right. I don't know what kind of friends you have. I don't have those kind of friends.
I just have friends.
I don't have
good friends. I just have good friends.
I don't have those kind of friends. But I was like, it's not unheard of to have a conversation.
Bro, piss me off.
No, I hate. Okay.
But I hate when a guy comes to pee next to me and then it's like some random guy I don't even know. The weather outside, huh? And I'm like, I'm not talking to you, bro.
I fucks with that though. I do fucks with that.
I don't talk to you.
Like, bro, if you literally have the balls to do that,
I'm not talking to you.
Let me see him. Let me see him right now, dude.
I'm not talking to you. Anyways, what were you saying, Desiree?
No,
Let's get off of his topic.
I hate when I go to work, okay, and we both are in the restroom at the same time, and you start talking to me. Like, girl, do you not hear me? I'm trying to pee. Stop talking to me about work. Like, this is my one chance to decompress from work for 10 seconds. Can you please not talk to me while I'm in the bathroom? Oh, it pisses me off.
There's times I go in the bathroom just to get away from everybody.
Yeah.
Just
Most of the time I'm not even peeing.
Exactly.
I don't want to talk to you.
I just want to sit down and I don't want to talk to nobody. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. I hate it when, like, because our office bathroom is one big stall and, like, 2 urinals. Bro, it angers me when I'm there. And I'm, it is what it is. I'm a human. Dropping a deuce. Sitting there. We work with so many old men. They'll go and pee. And they rip ass while they're peeing. I'm like, bro, you pushing that hard that it's coming out both ways? That really what's going on? I'm like, bro, or they're like, and I'm like, bro, come on, dude. Like,
I've seen a lot of new faces in the office too, though.
They've been a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets me. There was a reason. I can't remember why exactly. There's a reason that I wrote this down because something happened in the bathroom, and I was like, "You're freaking dude, the rec center, bro. I can't deal with the rec center. I get it. You're old school, old people." And the freaking wings hanging out and the balls hanging out, bro.
Aye, dude.
That's legit what happens, bro.
That's been a thing.
I just
forever. I mean,
just don't lock eyes with me.
How many?
They lock eyes with me, bro. Don't do that.
Even people who are older have talked about guys walking around like that. And I remember the first time I saw that. I think I was like 12, dude. 11 or 12. Yeah. I was going to go swimming. Some old guy just walks out, letting it hang, and I was just like, whoa, okay, someone's here. Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right, let's go this way, guys.
And I'm going to assume he was white.
Yeah.
Because I never seen Mexican or black dude be doing that stuff, bro. I don't see that kind of stuff. I'm just saying.
He was a white guy.
Yeah. I'll be like, because I stopped. I haven't seen it in a while. I stopped doing it in the main change room. I now go to because I'm there early in the mornings if I do go to the rec center to do that stuff, and I have to use the changing room. That I go to the family room because there's no kids there at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's where I go. But I would be like changing, bro, and I'll sit there and I sit on one side and I try to sit in the corner just hiding away. And I'll look and this dude will legit be butt naked, looking into the mirror, staring at me. And I'm like, bro, stop, dude. Stop right now.
He's trying to give you the look, bro.
Bro, he's not good looking enough, bro. Like, maybe, but they're not good looking enough, man. I can't do it.
The age is getting to him already?
Oh, big time. Big time. And they're just not slinging it, you know what I mean? Maybe if you're a big dude, like, try it out, but who knows? Since we're on that topic, kind of crazy. Do you know Spartans were gay?
Yeah, I did know that.
That's crazy.
So and they actually promoted that within the Spartans because it was a thing. It was a thing that the Spartans believed, and it was actually other than just Spartans.
A lot of Greeks.
It was a lot of Greeks.
Yeah.
A lot of Greek armies believed in this, like the Macedonians, stuff like that. They all believed because they believed that if they were connected that way intimately, that they would fight harder for each other on the battlefield.
What are you laughing at?
I just never thought I would type "We're Spartans gay" in the Google search bar.
Welcome to the Boys Only Podcast.
Terms gay, modern one. not ethical to the ancient civilization and accurate to say homosexual relationships, particularly between men and youth, were a recognized part of Spartan society. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, military bonds, strong emotional bonds, potentially including homosexual ones, were believed to foster courage and loyalty among Spartan soldiers.
I was watching. I forget what. I think it was Joe Rogan podcast. And he was talking about it because they brought up the topic and how when a Spartan would pass their to be a Spartan, they get taken as a child to an older Spartan. That guy would be their partner, their mentor, and their lover. And I'm like, what the These are 13 years old, becoming Spartan soldiers, and that's what they're doing.
Or they would do it to where they would because
they're pedophiles.
In Spartan tradition, they would send out the young Spartans to go fend for themselves, and come back, and they would usually send out 2 of them together, and then that was your partner, and when you guys came back, that was your partner, and then you were always lined up side by side next to that person that you were on the battlefield with.
Thinking that they're similar. Do you think that's why Trojan's called Trojan, not Spartan? They're not gay. Or were they made for gay people? Reminder, we love gay people.
What are you saying about the condoms?
Yeah.
Everybody's supposed to use a condom.
Yeah, but they specifically named it Trojans.
That's how you pass on diseases.
I don't wear condoms. Ew.
Anyway.
Let's ignore him, Des.
I do be silly and not wrap my willy.
Even lose my train of thought. I was thinking about something about
You're thinking about me, bro.
No, but yeah, the first time I heard that about Spartans, dude, I was like, what?
Yeah.
But then I was like...
That's all they have to...
But honestly, though, you think about it, if Jasmine was next to me on the battlefield...
You would die for her.
I'm fighting harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
because I don't want her to die.
That they were very horned up men, and that was their only option.
That too.
Was man.
Especially out in the battlefield, it's all you got is a man. Mm-hmm. But it's like the guys in prison when they're gonna be there for the rest of their life.
Bro, I love that clip. You've seen that clip, and it's like, man, it's my ex girl, man. And he's like, that ain't a girl, man. That's a guy. You gay? What? And he's all,
yeah.
And he's like,
he's all sitting there, and the man's holding.
Yep. And he's like, but y'all in prison, y'all be fucking men here too. He's like, yeah, but that's prison. That ain't gay. He's all, everybody here fucks booty hole. You be doing on the outside. You're gay. I'm like, what the hell? And Charles Gambino, because it's Atlanta, he's just like, he's in between. Just like, don't care what's going on.
That's too much, dude. That's funny.
Oh, dude.
But no, I didn't. That was. I thought that was very crazy too when I first saw that.
Next up too.
No, dude. Oh, hold on. Oh, just because you got me on that track. Yeah. Have you watched that documentary on Netflix about Alexander the Great?
No, not much of a documentary guy, really.
Oh, great documentary.
Really?
Because these new ones they've been putting out, they did a couple. I think they did Cleopatra.
Ooh.
They did Alexander the Great. They did Vlad the Impaler. They did the Ottoman Empire. Who else did they do? I think they did the Moses one.
Whoa.
A Moses documentary. But so they have the experts talking, and I've been enjoying them because I like documentaries in general, but these ones have been better because they have the experts talking on this stuff, but then they also have people reenacting everything. So it's like a movie of them showing you what happened and this is how this took place and that. But then people are talking behind them, and you'll even see cutscenes where they'll talk, the actors, they're talking in the middle of the scene. But it makes it more interesting because you're literally watching
what's going on.
Alexander the Great be Alexander the Great, but then you're hearing everyone talk about all the crazy things that he was doing and the type of strategies and stuff that they would do, or Vlad the Impaler talk about how he would impale people and stuff like that, and they would show a reenacting of because of Vlad the Impaler, he had outside of his castle, he had a 5-mile thing of people impaled on stakes for 5 miles down a road out of the kingdom. That was the entrance to the kingdom, is all these people impaled on stakes.
Goodness sakes.
Through the butthole. They would go, and it became an art. They had people who were executioners for this, and they did it so well that if you did it right, that person wouldn't die automatically. They would suffer.
Ugh.
And it would go through the butthole and come out their shoulder like this.
Ugh.
And so they hang like this.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was crazy.
There's a
crazy about because you said Cleopatra. Did you know that she is closer timeline with us than she is to the pyramids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyramids are old.
But did you see that new discovery about the pyramids?
What?
So they have like this ultrasound sonar thing where they push them to the ground so then they can get the readings. Like a Jurassic Park.
It's like the same thing they did over the Amazon rainforest, like how they put it over and they were like, oh my gosh, there were actual civilizations in this Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, so it goes into the ground so that they can get a picture of what's underneath the pyramids. And it's like these long like lakes, like columns that are underneath the pyramids.
Oh,
there's like
I never heard those fake.
They're like rooms that go deeper, right? Then. Or like a thing that goes down deeper.
Pillars underneath the pyramids.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, so they're actually like really long.
I just know Mr. Beast.
They're like, well, what are these things? Mm-hmm. Right? I think I know what you're talking about. Like they've been like people are like freaking out because they're like, what? Like, what are these things that are just underneath? Because what a lot of people don't realize is majority. Like, I think I saw somebody talking about it. More than 50% of the pyramids have actually not been discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
they've only they've only scraped the surface of the pyramids.
This is what it like kind of looks like.
Like that,
they put like this sonar and see.
It's like these things that just go
beneath it, and they don't know what it is. And it goes for miles, like 5 miles deep.
You know what else I saw? You know how they have King Tut?
Mm-hmm.
They found his tomb. He wasn't even like on their radar. He was like on the bottom of the barrel of pharaohs that they were looking for. He was the bottom because
he was all fucked up.
And then they found him. So they found him, and they were like, if this guy was such a bottom of the barrel, imagine about how these other pharaohs are. Like he wasn't even our first thought. Yeah. He wasn't even he was there, but he wasn't even our thought process of who we were gonna find. They're like, imagine these other pharaohs, what they might have in their tombs if he had all this. Because they make this guy so big because of everything in his tomb, but it's like, there are pharaohs who are way bigger than him in history.
Didn't he die at like 16?
He died really young.
Really young.
Was,
because he's inbred.
Well, they're all inbred.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had
like a club foot,
and like a messed up like head. Like, his head was
deformed.
Yeah.
But going back, I just stuck in my head. We're talking about Alexander the Great. I love. There's a quote that I heard that he that talks about. Mr. B talks about it, but he says Mr. Beast is like a big Alexander the Great fan. Mm-hmm. And he talks about like I read his books and everything. That there's like a line that says like Alexander the Great would look up in the sky and cry because there's no way he could conquer the moon.
Yeah,
because he wanted to conquer everything.
He wanted to conquer like all the.
He was damn near close to doing it too.
All the known world he wanted to conquer.
Yeah, dude. And he was damn close to it.
And
he died by like a swamp flu.
You know what thing I didn't know about him was that he went to Egypt, and he conquered Egypt without even fighting Egypt. Yeah. But then he went from Egypt, instead of going and fighting where he was supposed to go fight, he went to some like high priestess. And I forget what they called them. With the oracles.
Okay.
Went to an oracle in Egypt. And she was supposed to be like this almighty, all-seeing oracle. Went out there. When he comes out, apparently, because his mom told him that he was the son of Zeus. So that's the mystery behind Alexander the Great. That's why he's so great, right? People saw him godlike because he was the son of Zeus, right? And so he believed it. So when he went to Egypt, he came out of the oracle. And they said he was the son of Zeus, but to the Egyptians, it was the son of, like, the sun. Yeah. Right? So they were like, he's a pharaoh. So they made him a pharaoh in Egypt. So technically, he was a pharaoh, which is crazy. I never knew that. I never knew he was considered a pharaoh. And it's also rumored that when he died, his body didn't decay for 6 days. His body stayed the same. The same color, same configuration, everything, and then 6 days, and then he.
To think he died from a disease, not even like war, someone assassinated him, but he died
sickness.
Yeah, from sickness. It was like the swamp flu, right? That's what I think it's called.
I forgot what it was.
Something like something flu or something like cold or something like that.
Subject of debate with multiple theories proposed throughout history and today, while some scholars suggest malaria or thyroid fever, particularly due to their prevalence ancient in Babylon.
The West Nile virus.
He died of West Nile virus or even poisoning.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because we're talking about like these crazy guys. I saw a thing about Genghis Khan.
Dude.
Obviously, Genghis Khan's like one of the craziest dudes ever, right?
Dude.
That he wasn't even growing up. He didn't even want to be a world conqueror. It was just that they stole like a lady that he loved, and he's like, I need to build this army to go and get her back. And then he did it, and he's like, oh shit, I'm really good at this. And he continued on. He had being one of the worst people to ever live.
Do you know what thing is so crazy about Genghis Khan? Is that so obviously the Mongols raped and pillaged so many civilizations, but he did it so much that his DNA still runs through generations
in Asia
to this day. Like, and millions of people, not just like some millions of people.
There's a higher odd that you have his DNA than you don't.
Exactly,
that's how many people.
Crazy,
insane,
dude. I'm like, what?
Well, there's the thing too that when he died, everyone that went to his funeral didn't come out. They didn't want to let anyone know where he was buried. So if there's 10 people went, his mom, his sister, all this stuff in it, they all were murdered at his funeral
by his loyal men,
and they committed
suicide.
And
then they killed themselves.
Yeah. Imagine that, bro. Imagine being that.
No, dude. You know the documentary I watched?
What?
Sounds like a narcissist.
No,
yeah, I mean,
he was crazy.
You're a world conqueror. You have to be at that point.
He was crazy. Yeah. And then, so there's how Japan got unified.
Yeah,
dude. The guy that not that unified them together, but the guy that got them the closest to unifying, he was crazy too. Like just that bad. He would go through and just kill. And then if anybody if they even tried to
look up Japan China massacre. I forget the name of it, but look at that up.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But so they went and his people ended up turning on him. Or one of the guys ended up turning on him and they killed him. But during that time, dude, he was not just killing the men in towns. If they defied him, he would go through and kill the women, the children.
First one, the Nanjing massacre.
Oh, dude.
So this massacre, he's going to talk about it too, but basically, it's where
I think this was after he already died when they go to China. But
yeah. So basically, I just remember because it's Japan. Japan was trying to take over China. They were doing a damn good job at the time. They got into a city or a town where they got in there. They were murdered all the men, using the old men as slaves, raping the children and wives. If they were pregnant, the men would go and grab multiple pregnant women and see who could cut the women in the less swipes, the easiest. Pregnant women, cutting them in half, massacring people, thousands and thousands of people. It's one of the craziest things. I wrote about it in world history when I was in college. Insane. We were learning about it. He's like, yo, we're going to get pretty deep in this just so you guys know, just be prepared. We're going through it. Insane. They were cutting off the men's, the old men's, cutting off their freaking, their wieners and stuff. And
their arms, their
bad,
stuff. And
bad
the crazy thing that people don't realize is samurais, they were really, really skillful, but they were also very, very I should say, but horrible people.
Yeah,
they were on that level of what's that word I'm looking for?
Psychopaths?
Kind of
psychotic.
They would just go and destroy everything because they would always fight against each other. But then when Japan got unified, they're you got all these samurais who all they've been doing is born to fight. They're born to kill. They're born to be these deadly killers.
Yeah.
And now they're not doing that. So that's why they went to Korea, went to China to go take that over because they just had all these guys sitting around doing nothing.
Look, get out of there, babe. And then just go to the Google thing and try to zoom in on it. I just can't read from this far. The Nanjing massacre or the rape of Nanjing was the mass murder of Chinese civilization, the prisoners of war by the Imperial Japanese Army in Nanjing, the capital of the Republic of China, immediately after something. Insane, bro. Insane.
I think that's crazy.
Civilization and the army in Nanjing, the capital of the Republic of China, immediately after the Battle of Nanking and retreat of the National Revolution Army during the Second Sino-Japanese War. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It gets to it, but it's one of those. It's a crazy massacre.
I'm super into all that old time stuff.
I was into it for a while when I was in college and stuff.
If I was back in the day and I was a warrior,
20,000 to 80,000 women and children raped, 30,000 to 40,000 POWs executed, another 20,000 male civilians falsely accused of being soldiers executed. Insane, bro.
It's crazy, dude.
One of the crazier mass murders of all time. Attack type: mass murder, wartime, rape, looting, torture, arson. Wow. And this is 1937. This is World War I. Like, look at from December 13th, 1997, for 6 weeks, atrocities in the Najin area began December 4th, 1937, and ended March 28th. Wow.
You know, I think well, about Japan too, is they were so late on the scene when it came to like guns.
Yeah. They're still using swords and stuff.
And even at that time, when, like the first time guns went to Japan, they didn't want to use them because they were just like, there's no honor.
It's not efficient, yeah.
But then the guy that I was telling you about that took over, he was the first one to start using the guns. And he had less men, but he had guns. So when he would go against the bigger army, he had a plan of attack where he had guys who had bow and arrows and guys who had guns. As the people were marching in, dumbly like you would in a natural fight, you're marching in, they're just standing back going, pop, 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 taking out a bunch of men. So by the time the men get to the freaking front line of his first men, it's basically even now. So he was just, cool, let's go, take them out. And I'm like, that's just crazy, dude. Some of these people, like, you think about like the tactics and how they changed warfare. You don't really see that a whole often now.
No, yeah.
Because now you can come drop a bomb. You can send a drone in and drop a missile in and then take a whole thing out. Back then, you had to plan a strategic plan on how you were going to come and attack these guys from this side. Now it still is a little bit, but I mean, really, like you know somebody.
I think now, like no matter what war we get into, it's going to be like another Cold War. Everybody's afraid to move because everybody.
It's going to be a static weight of who's going to put the first nuke.
Yeah,
well, it's like right now, everyone's handling the whole Ukraine-Russian thing very delicately because things can go very south.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they can go very south, so you have to handle them with more diplomatically now rather than just warfare.
We're going off more raw things. Do you know Colorado has an active volcano?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, look it up.
Where?
It's like Glenwood Springs. It's an active volcano. Why are you questioning if active? Why are you questioning? You just put.
No.
Yes, Colorado has one active volcano
called Cerro.
Well, it hasn't erupted in 4,000 years. The USGS considers it active because it could erupt again. It's like number 70 is like one of the.
Meaning it formed from a shallow explosion resulting in a wide, deep crater. If it were to explode, would it kill us all?
I don't think. I mean, maybe it would affect us because we're close to Glenwood Springs, only an hour, 2 hours away. The junction of the Eagle River and the Colorado River in the last active volcano in Colorado. That's crazy, isn't it? Like for Colorado.
There's like hundreds of volcanoes.
I
learned that on the This Is Nice.
But this is the only active one, right?
This is the only active one in Colorado.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of old ones.
There's so many active ones.
Yeah, I get that, but most of them are like underwater.
Or like Hawaii. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Does Hawaii have active volcanoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000. Yeah. How many of them underwater though? That's how islands are made, volcanoes.
Isn't like
Hawaii's about to get a new island. Did you know that?
No.
What?
Yeah, everybody's like, they're all excited over there. They're like, it's like a new thing unlocked. Yeah,
that's how
like
islands are made.
Something that it's right now. It's
that's
like
how islands are made.
What?
Volcanoes.
Oh.
But it's like on the floor, and it's like almost about to like
break out the surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's crazy because they can actually get to a certain point where they go and they can actually detach and kind of, like if they're small enough, islands can just float away.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's kind of scary. There are about estimated 40,000 to 55,000 seamount in global oceans.
Yeah, I learned on the Bill Nye episode.
This chick keeps watching these Bill Nye things. I know all the stuff that he's saying.
Bill Nye was very...
No, 100% about it. 100%
This is
about
a
it.
new show.
It's a new show.
Like it. So it's called This Is Nye. This is the Nye, and it's basically this is the end, and each episode is a different version of how the world would end, and like how we can prevent it, and like how like it would play out basically. And the first episode is about like if there was these 5 hurricanes, but the second episode is about if Yellowstone erupted.
Ooh, yeah.
But they talk about volcanoes, and that volcanoes are actually kind of like necessary because it releases a lot of the energy that's built up within the entire world. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that. I could have told you that.
It's like a...
yeah, but you don't have Bill Nye's voice, okay? So
I was saying, well, how it was explained to me, it was like, it's like a pimple.
Mm-hmm.
You have like this pressure and it needs to go.
Yeah.
Or it's just gonna like, but it needs to go.
It's a really good show.
Right now I'm
on the other
episode I do like stuff like
about a solar flare. Like if there was a huge solar flare that happened and then all of our electricity went. Mm-hmm. So I'm on that one right now. It's a really good show.
I love stuff like that.
No, me too.
And Lorenzo's making fun of me because I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Oh man, my McQueen fell off. On my croc. The one you got me.
The one I found.
When you found me. Bro, she comes home in the morning. Early morning. I'm still asleep. And she's like, babe, I found you this. And she goes and she's like, it's a Lightning McQueen croc charm. I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't say anything. I'm like, oh. And then I woke up and like 3 days later, she's like, oh yeah, your croc charm. And I'm like, yo, that's real? She's like, what? I thought it was a dream. I thought I dreamt of you giving me a freaking Lightning McQueen croc charm. I didn't know it was real. She's like, yeah, it's real. I found it. I was like, oh. I had it on my croc and now it's gone.
Now it's gone.
He loses all his croc charms.
Not mine. Don't say that because my Power Ranger's still there.
He does. I've got
how many did you have on there before?
He had a Batman one, gone. He had an L and a B, gone. He had a number 4, gone.
Dang.
You had a Raider one, gone.
All gone.
Yeah.
All gone.
Yeah. But they're the cheap ones from the flea market. They don't stick on that well.
No, the L and the V, I got you from the croc.
Yeah, those are just, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. Just get over yourself, bro.
Because I bought them and you don't take care of them.
Because it wasn't the fact. She took time and she thought of you.
Bro, she picked an L and a V out of 2 bins, bro.
No, I got a big old thing for you for Christmas. I got you that one. I think I got you a football one and the Raider one.
She thought of you.
I don't remember that.
She thought of you.
I do remember the Raider one, though. I do, but check this one. Little freaking Power Ranger. It's pretty cool.
I like that.
He's been on for a while. I lose these crocs once a month. And then I don't find them again, and then I find them. They're full of webs out here in the garage.
I know.
Clean them out.
He was all like, he's like, yeah. I haven't seen these crocs in a while.
Didn't know they were on the chair. It's been a while. Well, that's the last time we filmed an episode, so it's been that long. They were in my truck, and then I cleaned my truck out, put it in here, and then, it's been sitting there. But
that's funny, dude.
I had another thing. What was the other thing? Oh, I saw the thing. Me, you, Ramon, and Jalen. Okay, us 4. Brothers. We'll put Dad in there, just because Dad. You think we could beat a Planet of the Apes style ape in a fight? 5v1?
Planet of the Apes?
Like a Caesar? Or a Cuba?
No.
Yeah.
It'd be really tough.
No.
You think you could?
I don't know.
No, you get it.
I don't know.
And the only thing is...
To the death?
No.
The only thing is why... The only reason why I say no is because even if I feel like one of us got a handle on that thing, it's biting a finger off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
It's it's
ripping your face off.
He's gonna grab this hand, or he's gonna grab me with this hand. He's gonna grab you with this hand. He's gonna grab the other one with this hand, other one with this hand, and then
That's
he's
4.
biting the other person.
That's 4.
But then I say, and then the 5th person, he's biting the shit out of him.
See, do people, like, my question is, like, when something like that happens, how is your first instinct not, I actually need to kick somehow I need to kick the thing in the balls?
But do they like react like a human?
I don't know,
That's my
but that
thing,
shit
though,
hurts. I'm assuming it does.
But
I saw a video of a bear hitting himself in the balls. That's hilarious.
Because that's my thing. Is everyone? I hear a lot of people. They're always like, "I would do this."
Yeah, you would. Now
Dude.
you'd be dead.
The moment you're eye to eye with the animal like that, all that logic flies out your head.
You're
Like,
crying.
all you're thinking is survive.
I'm
Like, I don't know how I'm gonna survive.
He's
Either
gonna
I'm
do
gonna just run away and try to survive, or I'm gonna sit here and take this and try to hope I live through it. Like,
Yeah. Like the ones like, oh yeah, if a shark ever comes at you, you gotta slide to the left, push the gills. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. The fucking
Like,
shark,
gotta
dude.
punch it in the nose.
did you ever see the interview with that guy who like got mauled by the bear?
Yeah.
And like, so I was watching an interview, and I think he was like, "Yeah, I always had this like plan. If I saw a bear or something, like I would be doing this and I would do that." And the moment it happened, like I couldn't do anything.
Just survive.
Because I couldn't do anything. I just laid there and just hoped I lived. I couldn't do anything. And then didn't his buddy try to come save him? And then the bear chased him off. The bear chased the friend off, and then went back and mauled him. So that's so crazy, dude.
They say like bear wise, like if it's a black bear, act bigger. Grizzly bear, act dead. Polar bear, fight for your fucking life, because those things only eat meat, and they will eat you. Like they are not afraid to eat you.
Once they lock on,
yeah,
they're on. Like they're.
Well, they're huge.
Dude, the craziest story is that one that I heard on Joe Rogan. Of a polar bear.
Where it's like hopping.
Where it like hops on. Have you heard that one? Where it hops on the freaking. They're like hopping on the. The scientists are just sitting on this freaking berg, and they see the. From far away, they see the freaking polar bear. Goes down in the water, comes out another one. Goes down in the water, gets close to them, goes down in the water, comes out, grabs one of them, takes it back to the other iceberg that's literally right next to them, and they just watch their friend get eaten by a polar bear. How crazy!
And like, what are you gonna do?
What can you do?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. Unless you got a gun, there ain't nothing.
Yeah, so, unless you have something like a gun, it's gonna kill that. You're not doing nothing, dude.
There's a
if that was you getting pulled across, I'd be sorry, Zoe. I don't know.
There's a massive zoo in India, and it's like a multi-billionaire, like almost trillionaire. And this dude, he's built a whole zoo, but it's not public. It's for his own thing. But this dude's all about just saving animals, rescues animals from kill shelters, all that stuff. He has multiple tigers on his zoo that have killed multiple people. But his head, and then the reason for it is like tigers in India and stuff, it's so bad, the trash is so bad in certain areas, there is nothing for them to go hunt. There is no freaking pigs or whatever they go eat. So they have to resort to the last thing. So there's a tiger, 8 kills. It's killed 8 men. And he has it at the zoo. And stuff. In his mind, it's like every life is valuable. So he's trying to protect it and stuff. Yeah. But then it's funny because they go to the cage.
What do you expect? It's like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's like the mountain lions that attack people up in the mountains, Colorado.
Yeah.
You're just praying.
You're on their freaking, that's their area, dude. What do you expect? The mountain lion, they see you, and you got meat on you. They can smell you.
Yeah.
Bro, you think that they're the top of the food chain. We are not.
We're not, dude. We're just the smartest.
Yeah.
We're just the smartest.
The Nuck Boys went to that zoo. That's where I heard about the zoo, and then I watched more videos about it because now it's coming out more. They're showing the things now, and the tiger that's eating 8 people. If you walk up to the cage, it will storm at the freaking cage and jump at you because it's trying to kill you. And they're like, "What the fuck?" Salim's like, "We're fucking leaving right now, guys. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's crazy, terrifying." I can only imagine.
Nobody's better than a Tiger King, dude.
Dude, it's the best freaking show ever, dude. I rewatched it the other day. I rewatched all the stuff the other day.
I rewatch it every once in a while just because I'm like, dude, this guy's the best, man. He's too much.
Some guys went to his zoo and his house and anything that's all abandoned and everything. Crazy, man.
Did you see the second one?
Yeah, I watched every single one of them.
Did you watch the Doc Antle one?
I watched it, yeah.
Dude, the Doc Antle one?
He's psycho.
Crazy.
He's psychotic.
But I kind of got that vibe from the first one.
Oh, yeah.
When he was like, this is that lady's house. This is that. I was like, and then like all the old workers are telling the stories, and I'm like,
yeah,
that makes sense. Like,
oh, yeah.
I see that for sure.
And then now he's like,
you bring these girls in at 18 years old, and you're like the only. Yeah, dude, I see it. I believe it.
I think it's cool.
Like, don't fall in love with your boss, bro. That shit's fucking crazy, man. I don't know how.
And the thing, like, the first girl that did the interview that like, I don't like him, and then he goes on an interview and they're like, how'd you feel? Let's go. He's like, she went and tried him out on every single guy because they got her the new boobs, and he's like, she went and tried him out on every single guy. I was like, damn, dude, you're just going.
He don't care.
She's
bro.
married, fool. Like,
he doesn't care, dude. That guy's legit crazy.
I was like, man, dude, that's wild.
But they
aren't they all getting shut down?
I mean, so I don't know the whole rules.
Or now they're all like fighting with PETA, like the same way that Joe was.
They have to, like, follow the rules and regulations
that
PETA wants to put in place. Things like that.
PETA's kind of psycho sometimes, bro. Like, I get it, their cause is good, but sometimes they get a little too crazy, and I'm like, bro, chill out.
Sometimes, yeah.
I still think Carol Baskin is just as bad as all of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think, but
it's the whole point that she has the sanctuary on her name.
I was gonna say,
like, that's all the difference. All the people that work for her for free, bro. All the volunteers. Then it's like $200 to get into her freaking area, bro. That's like the one here, dude. The one here is so expensive, bro.
The
wildlife sanctuary here.
Miles to run.
And I'm not disagreeing with it, but it is tough to go and like support this thing when it's like, yeah, it's $100 to come in here, and it's like, bro, the zoo's cheaper. Like, I mean, the zoo's cheaper. It's not, it's not. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Side note, so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because where we got married was right across the street from the wildlife sanctuary. I finally figured out why it closed down.
Why?
It had bomb threats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's wedding. So we got married in July of 2023, and come like October, November of 2023, I was still on some of the wedding Facebook pages, and I was seeing like posts from like different vendors, and they were saying, hey, if you booked at this event center, please message us. We'll give you a discount on a date and our venue. And I was like, what the heck? Like, did they shut down? And then, like, we never knew anything. And I thought I had heard from somebody that the main owner was, like, possibly sick and that she probably sold it because she couldn't afford it or whatever. All these different scenarios. But then, literally like a month ago, I see the news article and it said that they had bomb threats to a wedding. So they one of somebody's wedding had a bomb threat, so they shut the wedding down. Then they like redid the wedding like a few weeks later, had a bomb threat again, so they canceled everybody's weddings while they investigated.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, was it the wedding venue place you're having bomb threats, or was it the couple?
Oh, the couple, yeah.
Because maybe it's the couple.
Was it like Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
What's Amy and what's his name? Peralta.
Yeah. Not Sam.
Jake
Peralta.
And they had the bomb threat on their wedding.
And they're trying to figure it out and everything. It ends up finding it's that freaking guy.
And the guy's like, "There's no bomb," and they go in and find.
He's like, "They have to be my arch enemy," and then they're freaking Amy's arch enemy. He's like, "Damn it!" I love the one where they have the guy inside and they're trying to like he's trying to reset all the files because they think that someone's getting into their database. Yeah. And it ends up it's that person and stuff. And she's like, "Amy, you're just having a really bad case of FOMO right now." And he's like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Did you leave your appointment?" "Yeah, his brushing technique was terrible." She's so funny, bro. What are we out in time, babe?
That's hilarious, man.
1 hour and 8.
I miss watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Great show.
It was one of my favorite shows.
Me too.
I love that show.
Andy Samberg wrote most of that show.
Yeah, no.
Which is awesome.
I like Andy Samberg. And what really got me into Andy Samberg was That's My Boy.
Yes, I love that movie, bro.
That was so good.
With Vanilla Ice, bro.
Dude, so freak. And then the tattoo on his back.
They're all warped and shit. Oh my god. He's like, "This what?" He's like, "Yeah, you get fat from eating freaking M&Ms and ice cream every day for breakfast."
Well, he had the what was it? The
underwear?
No, they always had the food in the pocket for him. Was it chicken nugget?
Baby, I thought he had the underwear in the pocket because he like touches his underwear.
No, so it was Vanilla Ice or somebody. It was Vanilla Ice or it was Adam Sandler. And they're like, "Oh, you remember?" Like, and they're like pulling out food. I think it was a chicken nugget, but they're pulling out chicken nuggets for him, and he's all drunk. And he's
like the chicken nuggets, and he's like, "I object." He's like, "Carl, sit down before I tell you what you did with the stripper last night." He's like, "Sit back down." He's like getting head from that stripper with the freaking head thing. He's like, oh my god, such a funny movie.
He's like, "I shouldn't do this." No, stop.
No, stop. Yeah, exactly, dude. Oh my goodness.
I was like, dude, this guy's funny.
And then the girl's mom's a stripper. The other girl's mom's a stripper. And she's like, "Do you want your food?" I'm like, "No, just give it to me right here." He's like, "He don't mind." He's like eating his food and everything. Or he's like, "Don't tell him. He's like, "Tell him. Don't tell him." He goes and she's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." "You didn't fucking tell him, bitch. Fucking tell him." And he's like, "You fuck your brother?" Oh man. Ugh. He's like, "I'm not that bad now, am I, Dad?" Oh my goodness. And he's like, "He's not even a soldier. He's a jazz dancer with his hands and stuff." He buys the freaking suit. Oh my goodness. And he said that Andy Samberg said that he invited Adam Sandler to his wedding, like his real wedding. And he's like, "Yo, I don't think Adam's gonna come, just being around these people, this and that." And he's like, Adam Sandler Adam Sandler showed up in his same getup that he wore, and That's My Boy. He showed up as fucking Bobby Burger or whatever,
Yeah.
Johnny Burger and stuff. Oh my goodness,
that's awesome with the earring. That was the best, dude. With the feather.
I love Adam Sandler movies.
Me too. They're great.
My favorite.
Dude, Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
So excited to see that.
They just bought me a Happy Gilmore shirt from Walmart.
Yeah?
Freaking nice
awesome,
little green shirt.
dude.
It's dope.
I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited.
Man, I can't wait. Supposed to be some good actors in that one. Yeah, Bad Bunny.
And then,
he's the caddy.
And then, what's his name? That golfer. The guy who hit it over that freaking lake, dude. That nice hit. What's his name? Over that huge pond. Like the first time I'd ever got attempted like that, and he was the first one to make it.
I don't know. I can't remember.
They call him the scientist.
Was it Bryson DeChambeau?
Too. Yep.
Bryson DeChambeau?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Yeah. Oh, is he in it? Nice.
He's in the movie. Yep. He's in the movie. He's one of the guys he's going up against. I think there's a couple pro golf players that are in that movie. Did you watch any of the Masters this year? From him?
No, just in general, like the ending of the Masters, basically when then Rose and Roy went. That was crazy.
I heard about it.
Me and Landon were watching it while he was playing golf.
Yeah,
because all the dads are like, Rory and Justin Rose are in a freaking like a what do they call it? Overtime, basically.
The only reason why I heard about how close it was because when we went into me and Jasmine went into the pro golf shop when you guys were practicing. We went to the golf shop and they had it on TV. Yeah. And then they were talking because I was like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. But then the guys were talking about it and he was like, oh yeah, he's like he's coming back right now. Yeah. He's like it's gonna be a tight one. And then they're like, it might be a playoff. And then next thing you know, we're out there and then you're like, dude, they're in a playoff right now. I was like, oh shoot.
Well, there's some stat that like no one's ever led the first day and then won the Masters, and that Justin Rose was leading by a crazy lead, dropped off. Everyone was like, he blew up, who cares? And the next thing you know, he's in the final two with Rory tied. Rory had to make like a 5-foot putt. Like for professionals, it's like a free throw for an NBA player, right? They should make it. They shouldn't miss a free throw. And he missed it. And he would have made that. He would have won his Triple Crown, which now he's a Triple Crown winner. And yeah, he missed it. They went to playoff, but Rory just had probably one of his best games he ever had in his life.
He's a really good golfer.
Yeah, he's insane.
You know who because Landon and I, we sit down and we like to watch that Grant Horvat. Yeah. Have you seen him? They have like a 2v2 series with Phil Mickelson. Yeah. And then they were playing against Josh Allen and John Ram.
Yeah, I saw the clip of that.
Dude, we watched the whole entire 8 holes. That was some good.
I watched a clip where he goes and he switched to Phil Mickelson's rangefinder to meters instead of yards. And I guess Phil Mickelson's one of like the greatest golfers of all time. He's so good, dude. And he does that where he goes to rangefinder and you do yards. Everything you do in golf basically by yards. He switched it to meters. And he's like, yeah, we're only like 150 out. And they hit it like, yo, we're so short. What is going on? And he's like, yeah, it's 150. I'm sure. He's like, there's no way it's 150. He grabs it and he's like, it's in meters. And Phil's like, Josh Allen just got us. And they're like, you can't even say anything because you do that. And he's like, I can't say anything because that's my move. He got me on my own move. I can't say nothing. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious.
And then I was sitting there, we're watching it, and then Grant was talking to Phil, and he was like, I feel like there's one person that you can't play your game that you play with everybody. It's John. Yeah. And he's like, oh no. And then like literally at the same time that Grant and Phil are talking about it, Josh and John are talking about it. And John's like, you just gotta kind of roll with Phil. You can't let what he says get to you, and you gotta kind of play the same game back at him. And then he's like, then it kind of becomes an even playing field, and then that stuff goes out the window. He's like, but if you let him get into your head, he's like, he's gonna mess with you the whole time.
The fun one to watch is it's an older one now, but it's the Barstool guys, and they did a Ryder Cup. So the Ryder Cup is basically America versus USA. Okay. The best Europeans, best Americans go and they play. I think they go play in Europe, but they go play golf. And depending on it's like every alternate shot, bunch of situations. Well, Barstool does their own version of that, and it's everyone in Barstool. Well, Dave Portnoy, obviously president of Barstool, has one of his guys, Frankie, who's been his right hand for years. He's now part of like their golf channel. Okay. Really good at golf. But they go against each other in one round, and Dave's like getting in his head and stuff. It's hilarious. It's really good to watch. But
I just like watching that because they talk about like again golf, you don't see that when on the TV, but like in that you get to see them talk about I kind of approach it this way, approach it that way. I was like, so we got to sit down and watch that.
That's how Bobby got really good. He said I watched a lot of YouTube.
That's what Landon was like. I understand because I was showing him how to with his hit. And then I think it was John who was talking about it. John Ram. He was talking about how he used to like always slice his hits, and then he was like, but then I started doing this, and Lionel was like, I see what he's saying. That makes sense. Like different than how everyone's telling me. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, watch these guys. Like they're gonna talk about their game. You can learn some stuff from these guys. I've been learning, and I don't know nothing about golf.
No, I was like, I played decent today because I've been watching all these kids, literally children, but their swings are so pure because it's all they ever know. They didn't know any other type of swing, and I'm like, that's perfect. So I've been like trying to remember. Like, oh, cool, doing good.
Like that little kid from freaking Nebraska.
Dude, freaking Henry Amon, dog.
Dude.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be pro one day.
Dude,
he's gonna be pro one day.
He's a killer, bro.
We remember his name. He met freaking Scotty Scheffler. I'm all talking to him like, yeah, but I didn't really do that good. And then his dad's like, he took second, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, he met Scotty. I'm like, he met fucking Scotty Scheffler. I'm gonna hook him horns, baby. He's like, yeah. I'm like, this motherfucker.
And he called him out. He's like, oh yeah.
He was like, no, I told you I lost this year. And I'm like, you didn't tell me you met Scotty though. He's like, oh yeah, I met Scotty. He was a cool guy. He's 11 years old.
He's 11 years old.
He's funny. But all right, guys, want to thank you guys so much. We're gonna try to get back into it, guys. Honestly, it's just been tough. We're all busy. We're all dads. You know, today we have Desiree behind, so we have a mom in about. So we're gonna get back in this. I think we're gonna start. You know, we had a couple interviews set up, and then as we kind of got off our train, they kind of got quiet. We'll get those back going and stuff. Yeah. Get our interviews going, but just expect some more episodes coming out of us here soon. So,
we're not done yet.
We're not done yet, baby. Like and subscribe. If you're watching this, you're not subscribed. Please subscribe.
We know who's subscribed and who's not, just so you know.
I do. It's like
we really do know.
It's like 80, 90% are unsubscribed that watch our videos, and just hit the fucking subscribe button, bro.
Subscribe button.
Help us out, man. So, thank you guys.